Hi students, today I want to give you a little example of how to make your own dichotomous key. So this can be a kind of confusing process if you just try and do it in your head. So I recommend taking your, whatever you're putting in your dichotomous key, your different organisms, if you will, and writing them on little pieces of paper, or if you already have the pictures of them, using the pictures would be even better. If you could use them as manipulatives, then that makes it easier. If they're all in one picture, you could just write out the different names of them so that you can keep them organized as you go. Now, I have here just 6 items. These are your teachers right now. So, but we're going to use these as an example. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that the first question you can ask about any of the things that you have, any of your organisms. So whatever your first question is, you have to be able to, if you're looking at one picture, to be able to ask it about that. So in my case here, I'm going to have my first question is, I'm going to say 1, and I'm just going to do this on a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to say 1 is, I'm going to say 1A is male, and 1B I'm going to say is female. Okay? So that's going to be our first one. So then immediately what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my males and I'm going to put them in one side, and I'm going to take my females and put them on the other side. So now these are my categories now. So I'm going to say is male, I'm going to say go to 2, and female I'm going to say go to 3. Okay, so I'm going to say 2 over here, and I'm going to put a 2 over here next to the males, and I'm going to put a 3 over here next to the females. Now, I need a question for my females, right? So 3A, I'm going to say, so I'm thinking about what are some differences between that. Again, you want to divide the characters or the organisms that you have into 2 groups. So I'm looking at crane, heartling, and talon, and you guys aren't here necessarily, but you may or may not know that I could say, you wouldn't be able to see this in the picture, I guess, but for A, I could say is tall. I'm very tall, I'm almost 6 feet tall. And B, I could say is short. So Miss Crane and Miss Hartling are both very short. So for tall, then that gets to Mrs. Talon. So tall, you automatically get to a person, right? So now Talon is done. Is short, there's still 2 of them. So we need to have a go to. Go to, we already have a 3, so we're going to 4. So now I'm going to go down to here. 4. Now I have 2 things, Miss Crane and Miss Hartling. So I want to say A, for A would be Miss Crane has long hair and Miss Hartling has short hair. So I'm going to say has long hair, and then I would say that's Crane. Oh, yeah, Crane. And then B would be has short hair. And that could be, and then we're getting to Hartling. So we have all of the females taken care of. Now let's go back over to our males, right? So we have Mr. White, Mr. Hines, and Mr. Vasquez. So Mr. White is bald, and Hines and Vasquez have hair. So I'm dividing, again, these into 2 categories. I'm finding a category. So I'm going to say A has hair, B is bald. Okay, so my is bald, I'm going to have Mr. White. So he's taken care of. But now we still have 2 for have hair, so we're going to have another question. What question are we on? Well, we already have 4 here, so I'm going to say go to 5. And then we'll go down here to 5. Now we have these 2. Now you can see why having the little manipulatives would help you keep them straight, especially if you have 10, 12 different items. Keeping them all straight in your head can be very difficult. So here I'm going to say Mr. Hines and Mr. Vasquez, and we'll say has a beard. And that's going to be Mr. Vasquez. And then, so that's going to be A, and then 5B will be does not have a beard. and that will be Mr. Hines. Now, we sort of organize these out. You're going to write them out for your project, not in this form, but you're going to put them as you've seen them before. So you're going to use this, though, in order to write them out. So you would just have 1A, you know, and you're going to go back up here and write is male, etc. B, then you'll have 2A and B, 3A and B, 4A and B, and you'll just copy them directly off of this that you made. So this is just a good way to organize it. It is not the only way to do it, but it is a great method that helps you keep it straight and make sure that you get it right.